Hi everyone, thanks for watching. This is Sandy from Stake or Die. We're going to go over the auction detail page, or the bid page, when you hit the bid button. So currently we have two auctions here. One I'm the owner and one I'm not. First I'm going to do is go to the one where I'm not the owner. So I click on this. This takes me to this page. And as you can see, the auction has title, auction detail, the contract address of the auction, the status, it's open, what the sell token and bid token are to make it extra clear. And then it says what amount is for sale and what the asking price is. And then calculate what that means in terms of the total bid that you'd be making, and then the target close. Once it is passed, you would see an additional panel right here that would allow you to close if you're not the owner. Now, if you are, you'll be able to close whenever you want, as we discussed. So that's easy. If I place a bid, and I'll do that in the next one, but I would see a place bid and I have the ability to retract it. So let's go back to the one where I'm the owner. So here again, we have the auction address, the description I put in, which I think of as almost more of a title in this case, all the relevant information. But because I'm the owner, you can see that I have additional features. The first thing I can do is I can adjust the asking price as the owner. I'm going to go over this before bidding, just because as an owner, you're sort of managing it. The chances are you bid on your own auction are less, although not null. So, so for the asking price, let's change this to 150. And what this will do will adjust your auction so that your asking price is now 150. That will make the minimum bid equal to the amount for sale times the asking price, in this case 150 stake or die. What's important to know though is once you have updated the minimum price, it does not cancel out previous bids. So if this was showing a bid status of more than one, you would know someone has already placed a bid. If you go and change this to 150, you wait a while till the end and then close it, you can still, it's possible there's a bid for less than 150. And this gets us to, well, that's changing your bid or changing the asking price, but this gets us to the ability to bid on your own auction, which I'll do right now. So for bidding, put 165. Again, I'm the owner of this, but I can bid on it. Why, you might ask? Well, because in the case where you've updated the asking price, the value of a kidney moved to 150 stake or die. There could still be bids, if this said 1, there were bids, there could be still bids out there for 125 stake or die, for instance. So as the auction owner, I might say, well, I'm going to protect my auction by bidding the minimum myself. Do that for 150 and place this bid. That way, when I close, if I've done that, the bid or the auction would settle, and essentially I'd be paying myself. So I would win one stake or die, one kidney, and I would spend 150 stake or die, but I would be paying myself and receiving for myself. In other words, it's a wash, except for fees of doing the whole thing. This is a safety measure that you can use. You can see here, retract bid. You can do two things. You can just update the bid by placing a new one. It will override the previous bid. And I can keep doing this. Or you can fully retract it so that you don't. So here's my current bid. Fully retract it, say I don't want to bid on this thing anymore. Let me go ahead and approve it. And now we're back to no bids have been placed. As I said before, if this was closed, if this had gone past close, you wouldn't be able to update the asking price directly anymore. And if you weren't the owner, you would now be able to close like you can as the owner. Again, here's the number of status. This will either say 0 bids or 1 or more bids. This is the only information that you can get. You can't tell exactly how many there have been or what they are for. But finally, you have the feature of close auction. Now, if this was to close auction as not an owner, it would be a simple transaction where it would just close the auction. And it's actually identical to this button here, which says close auction no matter what. So if I really wanted to just close this auction, I didn't care, maybe there were 2 or 3 bids, or I wouldn't know that, but maybe there are bids and I just want to close it, I would click this. It would bring up this transaction, I would complete the transaction, and the bid would be closed. The other way that you can close an auction as the owner is to do an extend auction if no bids close. It's a long word, but basically what it means is, and it describes it here, is that as the owner, you have the ability to, if there haven't been any bids, you can extend the auction and change the price if you want, or both, or none. You'd have to do one or the other, or else there'd be no point doing it. But this is basically a way to say, okay, no one bid on this. Why don't I give you a better price? So, or the price has moved, but I want to move with it, or something like that. So let's say I'm going to lower the price. Maybe I'll make it 115 because no one bid on it, and I'll give this an extra 15 minutes. 15 hours. Yeah, 15 minutes. Okay. So when I close this with options, the requirement here, and this isn't cheap. Closing auctions are not, which I think I went over before. But what happens now is, okay, the asking price has changed. It's now 115, and I've extended the auction, so now I can go longer. So you can close with, and you can do that even when it's past this time. But it's really a way to just accept that no one's bid on it, but you don't want to just give up on it. But sort of the fundamentals have changed in some way. Now, of course, the other way to do it is to close auctions no matter what. And if I was to close this, it would change this to close, which we'll do in a second, and it would say there is no winning bid. However, if I make a bid, place the bid. Now, it's important that no one outside of myself knows that I'm the one who won this auction. Like, that's not public information. So I'm going to place this bid, and then I'm going to close it, and we'll be able to close no matter what, as I said before. Set the fee, I'm going to approve it, and you'll see close with a winning bid of 120 stake or die. You could also do this, say, for keeping up appearances. For instance, I had an auction, and oh yeah, people jumped at it. Let me do another one. Let me do another one. Look how many, every one of them, it sells for more. I'll keep going, etc. But once you're at this page, there's really no other information that you get from being the owner or a bidder. You just see what information is public to everyone, which is the fact that it closed at some time and it had a certain bid as the winner. If there had been no bids and you closed it, it would say this auction closed with no winner. So that's it. Keep up with me and with Badrick, Mr. Roboto at the Secret Auction support channel on Discord. If you're interested in contributing or anything like that, please reach out to either of us, whether you're interested in Rust and working on the contracts or interested in JavaScript and building the front ends. We'd love to have more people working on this. So thanks again, and I hope everyone is able to use this, gets a lot out of it. Thank you.